Hidden somewhere, there was a village where every family obeys one rule. Never go outside after sunset, not because of wolves, not because of ghosts, but because every night, something in the forest whistles, using the voice of someone you've already lost. Nobody remembered the history of this place. No maps show its location. No roads lead to it. Yet every family living there knows the same 3 rules. Lock every door before sunset. Cover every window. And if you hear someone calling your name, no matter how familiar the voice sounds, never answer. Because once it learns your voice, it never forgets it.
Please, Dad, open the door.
No one questioned the rule. Children learned it before they learned to read. At sunset, the blacksmith stopped working. Farmers abandoned their fields. Dogs were brought inside. Even birds disappeared from the sky. The entire village became silent, not because they feared the darkness, but because sound attracted attention. Every night, the whistles came, soft, almost beautiful, like someone trying to imitate a song they had only heard once. Then came the voices, a mother calling her son.
William, where are you, my son?
A husband begging his wife to open the door.
Please open the door. I'm begging you, just let me in.
A lost child crying outside. Sometimes people forgot the rule, and those people were never seen again. One rainy evening, a traveler named Elias arrived at the village just before sunset. He was exhausted, hungry, lost. The villagers didn't ask where he'd come from. They only asked one question. As the sun set, Elias looked west. The last light had already disappeared. The elder's face turned pale. Without another word, everyone rushed indoors. Doors slammed shut. Windows were covered. The streets emptied within seconds. Elias stood alone, confused. Then the elder opened his door just enough to whisper,
"If you want to live, get inside now."
Elias spent the night in the elder's house. Neither of them spoke. Only the fire cracked softly. Then, a whistle. Long, slow, close. Elias looked toward the window. The elder grabbed his arm.
Don't.
Minutes later, a woman began crying outside.
Elias, I've been looking for you.
His blood froze. It was his sister. She had died 6 years earlier. He stood up. The elder pushed him back into his chair.
It's not her.
But I heard...
You heard what it wanted you to hear.
None of them slept that night. The next morning, everyone walked outside as though nothing had happened, except one house remained closed. An old farmer hadn't answered his door. The villagers forced it open. Inside, everything was untouched. Breakfast sat on the table. The fireplace still burned. The bed was warm, but the farmer had vanished. No blood, no footprints, no broken window, nothing. The elder quietly crossed the man's name from a wooden board hanging in the village square. Nobody cried. Nobody asked questions. It had happened before, too many times. Days passed. Elias helped in the fields. He earned the villagers' trust. But something disturbed him every night. The whistles became clearer. They no longer sounded random. They were learning. Each whistle became almost human. Then one evening, the voice outside wasn't his sister. It was himself.
Elias, open the door. I know you're awake.
He stared at the elder. The old man's face had turned white. Without looking away from the door, he whispered,
It knows your voice now.
The elder finally revealed the truth. Centuries ago, hunters discovered strange caves beneath the forest. Something lived there. No one knew what. But after entering, the hunters returned. Different. They smiled too much. They whistled in their sleep. Within days, they disappeared. Soon after, the nighttime voices began. The villagers abandoned the caves, built their homes farther away, and never spoke of them again. Except one rule remained. Never answer the whistles. Never let them learn your voice. Elias asked the question nobody else dared ask.
What happens to the people who disappear?
The elder looked away,
I don't know.
but his trembling hand suggested he was lying. The following afternoon, Elias broke another rule. He followed old hunting trails into the forest. Hours later, he found the cave. Its entrance was enormous. Cold air poured from the darkness. Inside, the walls were covered with thousands of strange scratch marks, as though countless fingers had climbed them. Then he heard it, not whistles, breathing, hundreds of breaths, slow, patient, waiting. Elias stepped deeper. His lantern revealed pale figures standing perfectly still. Dozens, maybe hundreds, thin, hairless. Their eyes reflected the light like animals. None of them attacked. None of them moved. They simply watched. Then, one stepped forward. Around its neck hung an old wooden pendant, the exact one the elder had shown him, belonging to his father, who had disappeared 30 years ago. The creature tilted its head, its lips trembled. Then, in a cracked human voice, it whispered,
Don't let them hear your voice.
Every creature slowly turned toward Elias. Then, together, they began whistling, not loudly, softly. He returned to the village before sunset. The elder was waiting. He didn't ask what Elias had seen. He already knew. With tears in his eyes, he finally confessed. They aren't monsters. They were us. Every person who answered the whistle. Every child who opened the door. Every traveler who believed the voices. They changed. Little by little, they stopped speaking. They started whistling. And one night, they walked into the forest. The elder looked toward the trees. My wife is out there. My son. My brother. They're still calling. They just don't remember who they were. That night, the whistles came earlier than usual, closer than ever. The entire village sat in silence. No one moved, no one breathed. Then, A tiny whistle answered from inside one of the houses. The villagers looked toward it. It came again, short, almost innocent. A child. The elder slowly closed his eyes, because everyone knew, the forest had learned, a new voice. Outside, hundreds of whistles answered, one after another, growing louder, getting closer, until they surrounded the entire village.